On a second night of a back-to-back against a tough Orlando Magic team on the road, the Warriors started off a game with an ejection to Draymond Green. With Steph continuing to struggle and Kuminga out, it was Andrew Wiggins who had his best game in months as he poured in 23 points with timely buckets. Let's break down his game. The Warriors ran the very first play for him, with Draymond getting the ball in the left wing. Curry comes for the cross screen in order to get Wiggs an advantage deep in the post. With this position, Wiggins knows he's got a height advantage, and uses one dribble to create some space before rising above Markelle Fultz for the nice right-hand hook shot. With Orlando scoring the lowest first quarter of the year for them, both teams struggle offensively to start the game. On a semi-fast break, Steph sees an advantage on the left side of the court and immediately swings it to Moody, who has Wagner picking him up. With Wiggins already deep in the left corner, the closest Magic is Banchero, so this extra pass is perfect for the in-rhythm corner 3-ball. With the first half winding down, Wiggins was directing traffic here when Trayce Jackson-Davis comes up for the high pick and roll. Since the Magic did not fully ice this to the sideline, smart play by TJD to flip the screen in the last second, allowing Wiggins to see the roll defender and instead use a screen to attack the wide open middle of the floor. This creates a 4-on-3 advantage on the back end, but the weak side low man in Wagner is hesitant about leaving Klay Thompson open as the shooter and ends up only attempting to stunt. Wiggins doesn't even consider passing this up and rises up for the open dunk. With Wagner coming full speed here, Wiggs also made a couple of momentum stopping plays on the defensive end by not jumping on the initial Euro step and timing this block. This turns into a loose ball and a Klay Thompson fast break layup. Big 4-point swing here. The fourth quarter was where he did the most damage. High pick and roll with Steph and GP2, and Orlando decided to trap him to force the ball out of Steph's hands. He counters by swinging this ball in the short roll to GP2 to create a 4-on-3 advantage. Jonathan Isaac has to pick the ball up and Wagner has the two weak side dubs, and we all know for years this is where a guy like Draymond Green really thrives in. So here Payne dribbles once to attract Isaac just a little more before kicking it out to a wide open Wiggins. Super late rotation and closeout by Wagner, so Wiggins nails this one. Every time the Magic was just within striking distance, Maple Jordan answered. Curry comes for the inverted pick and roll, but Orlando smells this one out by having Isaac drop back immediately to prevent the usage of the screen and dribble penetration. Seeing this, Wiggins decides to counter this disrespectful coverage by pulling up wide open from deep, and he has to knock these down for the Warriors to even have a chance. Great shot. I got nothing here but a display of natural talent. Chris Paul throws a late shot clock pass to Wiggs, and he's got the IQ to not only attack off the cash to get by his defender, but also sees the help defender in Mo Wagner rotating over, and stops in his tracks for a nice floater to extend the lead. A similar action here to earlier in the game, but instead with Kevon Looney, as the pick allows Wiggins to once again attack the middle of the court. This time the other Wagner was in position to defend in the drop, but thank God Wiggins does not settle for a jump shot, instead smells blood with his matchup. Sweet in and out dribble to completely turn the defender around and attacks with a strong right hand before slightly decelerating and using his strength to even knock the bigger defender away. Great body control in midair to finish this layup at the end as well. These examples are literally why he was drafted number 1 back in 2014. Takes a smaller Cole Anthony on an isolation with no help from any other Magic player. He's able to bump his lower body a couple times to feel the defender's weight before making a spin move to his weak left hand and takes the hit from the slap on the arm. Big layup to maintain the lead. And the last defensive play to seal the game. Look at the ability here to use his hands, body, and feet to stay with Wagner to completely force his way laterally and away from the basket, while the jump stop not only not biting for the first shot fake, but then swatting the shot at the last second. Amazing defensive sequence to grab that win. There you guys have it. With the Warriors thin in the front court, it was Andrew Wiggins who took advantage of the situation by knocking out key shots to stop a momentum. It seemed that the moment Golden State needed a bucket, Maple Jordan came and answered. His talent to get buckets was never the question, it was always the motor and consistency, and that was one of the more impressive back-to-back wins of the season, especially on the road despite Steph having another terrible shooting game. Lucky the Magic were also terribly off, but we'll take any win this deep into the season. If you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.